Listen up, folks, because we're about to take a jaunty joyride on the Millennium Falcon of gaming history. We're hitting hyperspace back to the glory days of sci-fi and exploring the legendary dance between the pioneering tabletop RPG, Traveler, and the juggernaut of pop culture, Star Wars. So strap in because we're going for a blast. And while we're embarking on this thrilling journey, here's a quest for all you noble adventurers out there. Take up your digital swords and shields by smashing that like button and forge an unbreakable pact with our fellowship by hitting subscribe. It's your chance to join the ranks of the brave, to step into the epic saga of role-playing exploration, and ensure you never miss a beat of the action. Remember, in this realm, your support is the magic that keeps our adventure alive. Let me enlighten you, if you've been living under a Tatooine rock and need to learn Traveler, it's a tabletop RPG, birthed from the innovative mind of Marc Miller in the groovy era of 1977. It gave nerds, and we say that affectionately, a platform to swashbuckle among the stars, chart alien landscapes, and dice roll their way through space, politics, and interstellar intrigue. Our star-studded buddy Star Wars, a little indie project you might have heard of it, came barreling onto screens in the very same year. Coincidence? We think not. So you've got two iconic IPs hatched in the same cosmic nest of 1977. But what's the relationship? Well, picture this. Traveler is cruising through the RPG galaxy, cool as a cucumber, when suddenly this Star Destroyer-sized movie franchise comes out of nowhere, creating a whole new interest in space opera and all things extraterrestrial. At first glance, it might seem like Traveler was stuck with an imperial entanglement it didn't need. How could a humble tabletop game compete with lightsabers, Wookiees, and the gravitational pull of the Force? But here's the rub. Star Wars didn't blast Traveler into oblivion. It fueled its afterburners. Traveler was a rugged spaceship that suddenly found itself in the midst of a cinematic supernova. It hitched a ride on the Star Wars hype train and introduced a galaxy of new fans to the high-stakes thrill of tabletop RPGs. People wanted more starfights, more aliens, more space knights, and Traveler was ready to deliver. And it wasn't just a one-way street. While Star Wars lit up the silver screen, Traveler provided the perfect sandbox for those who wanted to play in their own corner of the galaxy, longing to be the charming rogue, roll a space pirate, want to be a Jedi without all the mopey commitment to celibacy, whip up a psionic character. Now let's tackle the bantha in the room. Did Traveler borrow from Star Wars? Did Star Wars borrow from Traveler? Also sort of. Both drew from a shared reservoir of sci-fi tropes and ideas, but each added its own unique spice to the stew. It's like comparing the Kessel Run to a jump route in the Spinward Marches. Similar, but not the same. Marc Miller has gone on record stating that Traveler was more influenced by classic science fiction literature than Star Wars, and he stuck to his lasers. He wasn't busy cribbing notes from George Lucas. He was drawing from giants like Asimov, Heinlein, and Piper. On the other hand, while George Lucas was busy molding Star Wars into a cultural touchstone, Traveler offered a different brand of space opera. It gave the fans the tools to carve out their own slice of the cosmos without needing to pander to the whims of a Sith Lord or turn their best friend into a carbonite coffee table. So, in the final reckoning, what's the real deal with Traveler and Star Wars? More companions than competitors, they're like two celestial bodies orbiting the same sun of sci-fi fandom. They've danced around each other, pulling and pushing through the years, shaping the interstellar landscape of cinema and gaming. They're not the light side and the dark side of the same coin. Instead, they're two different currencies, each with its own worth in the vast marketplace of galactic narratives. And at the end of the day, they both made us look up to the stars and dream of what's possible. Traveler and Star Wars are two different supernovae that illuminated the universe of science fiction, each in their own unique, glorious way. And for that, as fans, we can only say, may the dice be with you always.